Students, I welcome you once again in the classes of the chemistry, and today we start the new chapter, that is chapter number 3, and the first topic of this chapter, that is classification of matter on the basis of its compositions. Now you all know water matters, and there are different kinds of matter, so we try to classify them in various way. In our previous video, we classify them on the basis of their physical state into solid, liquid, gaseous, etc. But today, we try to classify it into different parts on the basis of its compositions. So on the basis of its compositions, matters are broadly categorized into two parts. One is called pure matter, and second is called impure matter. Now, what are pure matter? Now, those matters which have definite composition and definite set of properties are called pure matters. For examples, elements and compounds. Now, what are elements? The elements are the type of pure matter which consist of only one kinds of atoms. Or elements are the simplest form of matter which cannot be further simplified by any means, either physical means or chemical means. On the other hand, compounds are also a type of pure substance which consist of single kinds of molecules or same kinds of molecules, and they can be defined as a type of pure substance which are made up of two or more than two kinds of elements chemically combines in a fixed proportion by their mass or volume. Further, elements are broadly classified into three categories on the basis of their composition and nature: into metals, non-metals and metalloids. Now, what are metals? Now, metals are type of elements, which have the tendency to produce their positive ions by losing one or more electrons. Second one, non-metals. Now, what are non-metals? The non-metals are type of elements which have the tendency to produce their negative ions by gaining one or more electrons. Whereas, the metalloids are the group of elements which have the properties intermediate of metals and non-metals. That means they show the properties of some metals and some of non-metals. Now, till now, 118 to 120 elements are reported, and out of this, 90 elements are naturally existed, and rest 30s are man-made, or they are exist in the nature when conditions are provided. That means they are actually exist in labs where condition is provided. And out of this, major part of the elements belongs to the metals, and very few are non-metals. 80 or 81 numbers of metals, 25 to 26 numbers of non-metals, and 5 to 6 numbers of metalloids. Now, compounds are also classified broadly into two types on the basis of their origin: inorganic compounds and organic compounds. Now, what are inorganic compounds? Compounds that we obtain from the non-living things are called inorganic compounds, whereas the compounds that we obtain from the bodies of living organisms like plants and animals are called organic compounds. On the other hand, impure matters. Now, what are impure matter? Now, impure matters are those matters which have no definite composition. Rather, their compositions varies from time to time, place to place, and conditions to conditions. That means they do not have a definite compositions and they do not have a definite set of properties, because they show the properties of their constituent elements. But in the case of pure matters, in the case of compounds, for example compounds, where compounds are consist of more than two kinds of elements, but they do not show their constituent properties of their constituent elements. Rather, they have their own properties. For examples, water. Water is an example of a compound, and it consists of two kinds of elements, hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen is a combustible substance and oxygen is supporter of combustion. But when they chemically combines to give a molecule of water, its properties totally different from its constituent elements, because water is used by us in the purpose of extinguishing fire. Okay, but in the case of impure matter, the impure matters are made up of two or more than two kinds of pure substances like elements or compounds, but they physically combines in any desirable proportion. That means their proportion is not fixed. It may vary with our desires or conditions or times. Okay, that means their composition is not fixed, and they do not show the definite set of properties. Rather, they show the properties of their constituent elements. For example, a mixture like water and sugar. Okay, so when sugar and water is mixed together, they produce their mixture that is called solutions, sugar-water solutions. But sugar-water solutions doesn't show the properties of its zones. Rather, it shows the properties of sugar and water, respectively. That is why they are called impure matter. Now, further impure matters are also called mixtures and water mixtures. Now, mixtures are type of impure matters or impure substances which are made up of two or more than two kinds of pure substances like elements or compounds or both. Physically combines in any desirable proportions. Now, mixtures are of different types, so we have to classify them further on the basis of their composition, and they are classified into two categories: homogeneous mixtures and heterogeneous mixture. Now, what are homogeneous mixture? The mixtures having uniform composition throughout its body are called homogeneous mixture. On the other hand, heterogeneous mixture. Now, what are heterogeneous mixture? The mixture which do not have uniform composition throughout its body. Rather, in one part, one component of the mixture is concentrated, more concentrated, and the other part of the mixture more concentrated. Okay, that is why it is called heterogeneous mixture. Okay, homogeneous mixture are also called solution. These are called solutions, whereas heterogeneous mixtures can be categorized as colloidal solutions, emulsions, and suspensions. Okay, that is all for today. Thank you.